and welcome back to I Was Thinking. My name is Nafis.
And I'm Simone. And welcome back, guys. Yeah.
As you can tell from the tone of our voices, it's been a week.
Well, it's been a couple weeks, but it's just been...
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
I'm so tired.
How are you, Simone?
I'm not good. I'm not gonna lie.
Aw, talk to us.
It's bad out here, guys. I'm not even tired, like, physically tired. I'm just mentally drained from a lot personally, and just... Yeah. There's just a lot going on. People are rude. And I try to be like...
definitely.
Yeah, and I try to be like the benefit of the doubt. Like, people are rude. People are mean. If there's a study out there of like what type of kicks people get out of just being like the worst, please send it to me, because I really like to study up more on this, because I still don't understand. Like, common decency and common sense has been lost on us.
I agree. I'm noticing that more and more.
It's ridiculous. Like, and especially when I'm not even being rude back. I only be rude back when you're like giving that energy to me. And I don't like being rude back. Am I the only person who like feels bad when I'm rude to people?
I feel bad when I'm rude to people only if I'm the one to initiate it. But if someone's being rude and then I'm just matching it, then no, I don't feel that bad.
That must be nice. Maybe I need to get more like that. But I don't like feeling like that. It just makes me feel like sick. I don't know.
No, I understand. But typically, though, when I get in that type of mood, it's like after I've run out of patience from dealing with people's BS. So it's just like, what do you do at that point? The best you can do is like say a sarcastic comment instead of cursing them out, you know?
I don't know. I really need to get out of like a customer service based type job. What would that be? I don't know anymore. Does it even matter anymore? I feel like the world is burning.
Yeah. Climate change is real. Anywho, so today we're just going to be basically
I try not
on.
to be like this, but like I said, it's been...
Yeah, so today's podcast is just basically going to be us rambling and talking about our woes, really.
Yeah.
I mean, how else can we describe it?
I just feel like I'm just going to do a lot of sighing this episode. Not my usual cheerful self, but when we get back to our other topics, hopefully I'll be better. I'm not good at hiding my expressions or feelings, so...
That's a good thing.
Is it, though?
In most cases, yes.
If you say so.
Probably not from a customer service job perspective, but like in a relationship, friendship type thing, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like I said, with this new job, thankfully, like, I can hide it better because I can fake it in my voice, but if I was, like, with the person, I can't fake it in my face, so, you know.
Yeah.
But still, people are just, like, just so rude, unprovoked, in person or on the phone.
So are they just, like, initially, like, rude, like, from the beginning of the phone call, or does it, like, change up in the middle?
It really just depends on the situation and what they call for acts for, especially like after hours, and like I'm only limited in certain things I can access, especially like for doctor's office. I have no records of like what the office actually is. So like when someone calls in and thinking they're getting a doctor's office, but they routed like the call to us, so it's the same number, but since they're closed, we get the phone calls. And then, like, sometimes some people will start going into, like, their life problems or, like, what they're calling for. And then, like, I don't know if it's from, like, embarrassment when I tell them, like, I'm just the answering service and I can't answer their questions. Or, like, they get mad when I tell them the doctor's office is closed. I'm like, this is your doctor's office. Shouldn't you know their hours, first of all, if you're, like, a regular there?
Right, yeah.
But then, like, some people will be, like, I won't say sweet, but, like, they'll be fine. And then when you tell them they're closed, they just, like, instantly get an attitude. I'm like, I'm sorry. I am just trying to help you out so you know when to call so you can be helped.
Right. You don't do like appointment bookings, right?
No,
You
I don't
just
have
answer
any.
questions.
Yeah, I don't have any access for that because technically I work for the insurance company, and even then, with the health insurance company I work for, I can't answer everything. So
So wait, people are calling insurance companies to ask when their doctor's office is open?
no, so like I answer calls for my health insurance company and for doctors' offices. I answer phone calls for like a lot of different places. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
But I'm saying, like, even when
Okay.
people call and ask about the specific health insurance company I work for, there's only certain access I have for them as well. So I can like tell them certain things, but like if they need like specific, like the claims department or finances, like I don't do any payments or anything like that. So
Okay.
when they call and I have to tell them they're closed as well, they also get attitudes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, why are they calling an insurance company for their doctor office hours? But that
No,
makes sense since you're
yeah,
doing
our
both.
service works for like as like sometimes when people get mad, my boss says like we answer for like 10 different offices and 300 doctors and the health insurance company I work for. So we do a lot.
Yeah. Is the pay worth it? I have to ask.
Yes and no. It's more pay than my last job, but like I feel like it should be more. It is a little bit more than like, you know what? I don't know. I don't even know at this point anymore. I'm not even going to try to come up with an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say yes and no.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone doesn't get paid what they have to, like their worth or what they have to deal with, you know?
Right. That's what I was gonna say. Everyone feels like that, yeah. Because teachers feel the same way. They're like, we don't get paid enough to put up with this BS. Um, and then every other person in any other industry has said the same thing. So it's like we're
Yeah.
all just collectively not being paid what we're supposed to be paid.
No. And they're making sure we're not. Like, there are tons of jobs where I
Yeah.
feel like those people need to be paid a lot more than other type of jobs. But, you know.
Which actually, I have a question for you. Do you agree that people that work fast food should be paid 15 an hour?
I think they should be paid more than 15 an hour.
Really?
Yes. That's a lot of labor that they have to deal with. And people. I don't think if you don't work in like customer service or like just service type jobs, and if you've never worked service type jobs, it's really hard to like understand the labor people really go through, especially like restaurant workers, like servers and waiters and waitresses. I don't know about the cooks and all that, but like they still barely get paid like even just the minimum wage, and they survive on tips. So like if they're not getting tipped, they're basically getting paid dust. I'm pretty sure most places like restaurants are still like what, $3 to $5 an hour, when minimum wages in most places like between 7 and 10. And they try to use the excuse of getting tips as like to not pay you enough, which doesn't make sense to me.
Well, with the waiters and waitresses, that one's a little sketchy because if you do take home tips, well, yeah, I guess it just depends on the day, right? Like how much of the tips you are able to take home and whether or not like you have to divide it amongst your other coworkers and all that. But yeah, like one of my students does work at a restaurant and he was telling me that he gets paid like $4.50 an hour plus tip. And I'm like, how? I mean, you're a teenager, so it's fine now, but like imagine like actual adults who are trying to make a living off of that. That's crazy.
There's a lot of these jobs where they say they're like teenage type jobs. I don't think they realize you do know a lot of these jobs like ranges in ages, right? Like in retail and like restaurants and like fast food, you have teenagers working, but you also have people that are like past retirement or just like people with families. So not everyone who's like between the ages of 30 and 50 are able to get those American dream type jobs that they're all promised if they go to college and get college degrees and we're going to be making enough to be comfortable in living.
Yeah, I agree. But like if you think about it from the long term though, having higher pays for those type of jobs really doesn't give people an incentive to go for higher education and to develop themselves. So they'll just be like stuck at that level. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like they're not going to want to pursue college because the main reason people pursue college is so they can get a better job, so they can have stability and, you know, all that.
But
I don't know, like it's weird.
There are a lot of type of jobs that you don't need a college degree that make more.
No, but I'm saying like college was just an example, but like they're not going to pursue higher education or like certification. They'll be okay with where they're at.
But like, do you even need that now anymore? To be honest,
I think so. I think so.
I don't think so. I think a lot of things you can go online for.
You can, but like, I don't know.
I really don't think so. And even if you can't teach yourself, there are still types of classes you can take to like be trained in those type. I feel like everything is teachable at this point, and you don't really need a college degree for it.
I don't think college degrees are as sustainable as they were before, but I do think some type of higher education is needed, like past the high school diploma stage, like certification, like we were saying.
Well, yeah, if you're talking like doctors or like pilots, like things like that,
Like no,
yes, but
those you actually need higher education
I'll
for.
agree
Like
on
imagine.
that. I'm not gonna go see a doctor that has not been trained.
Exactly. So yeah, but I'm just saying for people who don't really care, I guess this would be fine. But at the same time, like I'm thinking it from like a societal perspective, like as a whole, it wouldn't really be good because you're going to have a majority of the people stuck in that level of employment.
Well, what type of jobs are you thinking of? Because there's tons of people like myself that have college degrees, and we can't apply it because the competition's so tough because there's not enough jobs.
That's so exactly because there's right. So that competition is now going to exist at that level too. So it's just going to get worse, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I kind of get
Like,
you,
does that
and
make sense?
kind of, and not really. What type of jobs are you thinking of, though?
So what I'm talking about is like, you know how, let's say we have, okay, I'll talk about it from my perspective, from my students' perspective, right? Like, so I have a lot of students who are like, Miss, I don't want to go to college because I can do this, this, and that. I'm like, okay, that's fine because you can at least be certified and that'll pay you more. So instead of you making $10 an hour, you're making 20, right? But if we increase that basic pay of like just working a regular job to like 15 or 20, people are not going to want to get certified in other things. They're not going to want to do better for themselves. So because they're not going to want to do that because it's already easily accessible, you're going to see a bigger competition between that level. Does that make a little more sense?
But is that being better for themselves or just being better for the society we work in?
Well, the point is, if it's better for society, it should be better for the people.
But that's not always the case, though.
But typically it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't always go that way. But like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to get worse because they're telling me, like, this is what my kids are telling me, like, even though they're getting paid better, they're not getting the hours that they need. So their paychecks are still staying the same. So I don't know.
Right, because they're raising the hourly wage, but like the way they give the hours, it's basically still making the same.
Exactly. I mean, you have more people employed, but they're still making the same amount. So did we really accomplish anything with that?
Capitalism just confuses me.
Yeah. Capitalism with a C, capital C.
It's hard out here.
Speaking of capitalism, you really see that in rent prices.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Oh, I had to renew my lease recently, and I had to increase it by $200 because of the area value. And apparently, that's a normal thing now.
I think that's always been a normal thing, but just the way they're increasing it is not normal. Like, they're increasing it 3 to 4 times. I won't say the worth, but just, like, what we're able to afford and what it used to be.
No, I spoke to my mom about it, and she was like, that is just astronomical because never in their life have they ever had to pay over $200. Like, the most, like, they would increase it by would be, like, $50 per year. But, like, just a straight up $200 jump is, like, crazy.
Yeah, me and my dad are looking at places to move into. And, like, me living in the area that I live in, I know what areas are, like... I guess I'll say, like, basically the way they gentrified this place. Like, which areas are nice, which ones are a little sketchy, and just, like, everywhere. Even the sketchy parts, I'm like, this is not worth what it is. And just me passing by, like, the neighborhoods. Like, I know they haven't done anything to improve the neighborhood to make it, like, just nicer living for everybody. So, like, this money is not worth what you were asking for. Like, I don't think we have seen... apartment, house, or just a townhome, like 2-bed, 2-bath, anything less than like $2,200.
Yeah, that's the normal rate right now. Is like
8 months.
2,000 to 2,200. Yeah.
Not including like if some places like offers utilities or not, like the internet, water, garbage. And a lot of them don't. So you got to add on top of that. You got to add on top of like groceries. And then like me and my dad's case, we need like to get new furniture for wherever we move into. So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't understand. That's another thing where it's like when we were talking about the jobs earlier, like if they're not giving us the money to afford these places, they wonder why homelessness is becoming more rapid.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like crazy to me too, because like whenever you're driving on the street, you'll always see somebody there, like, you know, with the sign saying help, need food and things like that. I'm like, and most of these people unfortunately are veterans too, and it's like, how did we even get to this point?
Oh, the way they treat like veterans like over all the years, not just like recently, is terrible. I have like my own opinions about like the military and stuff, but just like when they come back and like it's sad. It's really sad.
It is sad. It is sad, yeah. And to think too, because like they don't come back the same person.
No, because they're
like,
traumatized
the trauma
from
is
war.
definitely real. Yeah.
War and other stuff they probably have to go through with like the training. I don't know how it's like in like those base camps, and like each, I'm sure, division is different, but still they go through a lot mentally.
Right. Did anyone in your family go to the military?
My dad's a ex-Marine, so I mean it's been a long time.
Oh,
but yeah, he used to be in the Marines. But I don't know exactly what he did, so it's not like he really has. Well, you know what? I can't speak for him, so I'm not going to say anything. But still, yes.
Does he talk about his time there, though? Or no?
He does sometimes. You know what? I'm not going to lie. I don't remember a lot. It's the child thing where sometimes my dad told me so many stories. I can't remember what stories he's told me. Oh, right. And sometimes I do tune him out because he repeats himself. So, love him, but...
Not interested?
Not really. But I don't think he's ever had to go to, like, when he was in, of course, there's no, like, wars or anything going on, so.
Oh, that's good, that's good.
But, I mean, even for him, back on the homeless thing, the only reason he went to the military was to, like, get out of the hood. So that's another problem in itself of, like, collecting people to go to the military here, at least, because they don't feel like they have any other options. Maybe for higher education because of where they lived and like how much their family made, and they think it's their only option. Sometimes you get that education that they want for quote unquote a higher paying job, and then they come back and it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, at least they have the added incentive of, I'm not sure if they pay for all of the schooling or partial, but they have that incentive.
I think it depends what like program you do. In the military, because like even if you go into the military, you don't have to just be a soldier. Like they have other types of jobs. So,
but yeah, overall, from all avenues, it is a struggle.
It's basically a struggle. Life, is a struggle.
Except for like the 1%, they'll be okay.
They're the ones that are killing us the most, but we won't get into that.
That's another topic for another day.
Another topic for sometimes like we do the podcast. I'm like, how deep do I want to get into my like discussions to where I'm like, Simone, should I say that? Should I not say that? Am I making sense if I try to say this? And like sometimes I don't want to get too deep because I'm not educated on everything. So it's not like I'm afraid to sound like an idiot, but like I don't like on talking about things I am not 100% educated on. So I'm not here to try to spread false information.
Right.
But it's nice to like get different perspectives on things. But sometimes it's like, well, we're all talking this out, but like, how are we going to change things? You know?
Exactly.
I feel like everything we went through in 2020 is kind of just like got brushed under the rug, you know? Still haven't really gotten past like COVID. Even though we're opening everything back up at this point.
We've been opened everything back up.
Well, Florida, yes, because Florida don't give a shit, but the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Speaking of Florida, I was looking at our stats. Do you know that episode of us talking about living here in Florida is like one of in the top fives? I don't remember
Really?
what I said, but I'm like, why are people listening to this specific one? That was like what, the second or third episode we recorded, like early on. I'm just surprised every time I'm like, really? Florida's not that great.
I mean, it's a great episode. We did a lot of trash talking.
I don't remember what I said. I don't even think I talked that much trash, did I?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I don't remember either, and I'm too afraid to go back and listen.
It's like, how honest were we?
Not that honest. I can tell you right now. I think I talked about the nature board. I'm true, or like, I'm true to what I said about the nature. The people, no.
I feel like the further away you you go from the city, the worse it is. Like in Orlando, you'll find some really nice hospital people because it's like all Disney magic here. But like when you move away from that, it's like a little bit rougher.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Disney's going through some things with that Don't Say Gay bill, so I think the magic is finally crumbling.
You and Disney?
What?
It's just so funny how riled up you get when we talk about Disney.
Because just the way, you know what? Let me not say this. This is one of the things where I'm like, should I say this publicly or keep it to myself? I might have to keep this to myself. I'll wait till I make money from this if I want to get into it or not. But right now, I'm a nobody. But like, is that better though? Nah, because I don't need people to be digging up this if I do become famous, even though I don't want to be famous. This is what happens when we don't have a topic, guys.
An existential crisis within an existential crisis.
That's my everyday life, basically. Having crisis within a crisis within a crisis. Mm-hmm. It's like those Russian dolls. That's how my, like, anxiety works, basically.
Oh. But yeah.
Yeah, Florida is a weird, like, it's a weird mix of, like, that southern mentality mixed with city mentality mixed with like island mentality, like, because you know we're off the coast of like a lot of the like Bahamas and islands and all that, so
I don't know, it's very interesting here.
We're just, you can't get away with, you can't not see one like source of American media where like they make fun of Florida. We really are the laughingstock of America.
I mean, they had a whole character on The Good Place. So
fucking Jason.
We made it to high school. We made it to Hollywood, guys.
And you know what? His character was accurate, so I'm not even mad at it. I am and I'm not.
You know, at first, when you told me that his character was representative of Florida, I was a little bit offended. But then, like, the more I watched him, I'm like, okay, this is... Oh,
did you watch The Good Place finally?
Fairly accurate. Oh, I watched all of it.
Oh, okay.
Like, a while
I didn't know
ago.
if you ever watched it or not. But yeah, isn't he a good representation of us?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're all that stupid, but, like, fairly close. Fairly close.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes it's not even just Floridians in general. It's a bunch of the snowbirds that we get here.
Yeah.
If no one knows what a snowbird is, that's what we call people who like live up north, mostly places that snow, and they come down here during like the winter months, so like they don't have to deal with the cold weather. So that's why they're called snowbirds. I have to say this for people because, you know, I have to remember not everyone that lives here, one, lives in Florida or lives in America. So... because, you know, we do have some international listeners. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for listening to us, keeping us alive, all that good stuff. But mostly also shout out to Florida because, like, our highest listeners are from Florida, surprisingly. So I don't know how y'all be finding us. Exactly. But thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
So. Was there anything else?
No, I think that was just it.
I did have like, well, how has your week been, Nafis? Because I've already talked about mine and how, you know, I'm going through it.
Mine's been pretty good. I started a new master's program, and so I've been studying for that. And that's been going great.
Girl, how many degrees do you have or study for at this point? Because every time I talk to you, you are in school. I haven't known you that long, but...
Yeah, that's true. So when I was with you, I was studying for a master's degree in health administration.
Yes.
But since I had already started teaching, I'm basically just getting this so that I can teach higher education. So like at a college level.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've been basically busy with that. And then just working on my certification. But yeah. I go to work, I come home extremely exhausted.
Yes,
sleep
because
for like
when
4
I texted
hours.
you about this, you texted me at 3 a.m. And I was like,
I did.
Not this girl texted me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I threw my phone across my bed, like, I will text her later. Like, I haven't heard from her all day.
Yeah.
Why is she awake?
No, like it's not even funny at this point. Like this whole week, I've come home with like a throbbing headache. And the most I can do is like stay up, eat my food, and then I literally just pass out until like 12 a.m. And that's when I get up and actually do something. And then I just repeat the whole cycle all over again.
Oh, God.
So yeah, that's why my text messaging is like all over the place this week.
Do you feel like you're getting paid your worth?
So to mimic your answer, yes and no.
Okay. I don't even like that phrase, like, pay your worth. Like, what is even your worth, you know?
Right? Like what does that even mean? Because a lot of people with experience can be worth more than people with like degrees.
Exactly.
Because you have a degree, but like if you don't have the experience to show for it, then like what's the point of your degree?
I mean, but not even just the experience, just like your worth, like your work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
So...
But then, like, at the same time, though, like, if you don't have, like, that upper level knowledge, like, you don't really understand how people do things in, like, the back room, for example. So it's like a weird leveling that you kind of have, or a weird balance. That's what my mentor said. She's like, it's great that you guys are all doing this, like, master's program, but if you don't have the experience or, you know, the backup to go with it, it's not going to be worth anything. So just make sure you know how to balance that out. And she was right, because, like, I'm not using my degree. I'm doing something completely different.
I'm not either, so...
Yeah. But I think most people are in that case, though. Like, they'll study for one thing and then end up working for something else or doing something else.
That's why I don't understand our whole thing earlier about getting the higher education and degrees, because I'm pretty sure 70%, unless you're going for something really specific like doctorates, and even those like people who study for that, not everyone works in those type of fields. Like, I mean, like medical or like, I'll say maybe like lawyers. I'm trying to think. You know, I can't think right now. What would that categorize in? Law? Legal? Yes?
Yeah, law, legal,
okay.
Probably, yeah.
If it's not something like that, a lot of people don't use it.
Yeah.
And then that was another thing that I was bringing up, like, I was listening to somebody talk to my dad where they were talking about, like, even now, like, when we were going through the shortest workage, like, you know, don't know why people won't do more, like, hands-on mechanical type work. And I just mean, like plumbers or, like, electric, like, fixing lights and things like that, because even they get paid a lot of money, and those types of jobs are dangerous.
I have so much respect for people for people who do those jobs, because not only do you have to know what you're doing, like you have to be careful when you like apply what you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just like, wow, props to you. But speaking of work, have you heard of Kim Kardashian's advice to all women?
I did, and I'm...
Go ahead.
Do I want to be honest? Because I saw that video and I kept scrolling, because, bitch, you are not going to tell me that I need to work hard. I would just love for them to work the type of jobs we work and see if they say the exact same thing. But they never need to, and they never had to. So who are you to tell us that we need to get off our asses and work more? And that no one wants to work. Bitch, we are tired. Like, shut up.
I
God, I hate
agree.
when the 1% tell us what we need to do. You're the reason you are in the 1%.
Yeah.
Steal from us to keep you in the 1%. Like, shut up.
No, like, yeah. When I heard that, I really didn't feel anything because I kind of expected him to say things like that. So it's just like, okay, keep on scrolling.
Just keep on scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell. You see, now I'm mad all over again because, like, I rolled my eyes so hard when I saw that. I thought my eyes were gonna go in the back of my head.
Yeah. And like in the video too, though, like the rest of the family members were like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah." Like I couldn't tell what their expressions were, even though they were like nodding in agreement.
I was gonna say something so mean, and I'm not going to say it. I'm just not.
Okay.
Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna keep that to myself as well. Anyway.
On a lighter note.
Yeah, let's get on a lighter note. Nafis, is there any new music or new TV shows you've been watching? Let's go to like entertainment. Let's like distract our minds.
Distract our minds from the already distracting things. But no, I've actually been watching Abbott Elementary.
Yes, don't you love it? It's so adorable.
I love it. It's so cute. It is so cute.
Shout out to
And
Quinta because she did her thing with the writing and coming up with all that. I saw a really cute clip. I think she was on, what talk show was she on? Oh my God. I don't remember which one it was, but like, and because she based it off of like her middle school, I think, like real life teacher. Yeah. And I saw the clip where like they brought her in like on a video to speak to Quinta, and she got so excited, and it was so cute. It's like, see, that's what happens when you have teachers that really do inspire you and all that. I never had teachers like that where like, yeah, I just never had teachers like that.
How were you with your teachers when you were in school? Like, did you have like a relationship with them? Like, did you talk to them?
Not really. I was pretty quiet. I just did my work and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. I was pretty cool with my teachers though when I was at least in high school. But yeah, I've always like kept it professional, I guess. Like I never overshared or undershared, just enough to keep things moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my favorite episode so far of that is I think it's called the Fade episode, where she got her boyfriend to do that concert for the kids about the dare, the drug thing. Are you caught up?
I don't think I've seen that one. I've watched up until the art teacher.
I thought that came before that.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it did.
But I did enjoy like every episode, and a lot of like the points that she would make in each episode were like, oh yeah, I can relate to that at a very, very deep level. So
from like being a teacher or
like,
just personally?
Dang. No, from being a teacher. So I'm like, dang, she's calling us out, or she's pointing things out that really needed to be pointed out. So I appreciate that. So she did a really good job with the writing. Like, yeah. I was reading a Reddit too about that show. And a lot of them were like teachers, and they're like so surprised of how accurate some of the things were. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I couldn't relate to like them as like a teacher level, but sometimes I can relate to Janine just like on a personal level. I'm not as awkward as her, but can be.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been watching that, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, I'm just way too busy.
Well, that's the only thing you're watching? Yeah, I've kind of been busy too. I've kind of been making sure I've been watching that, some of my other stuff, and not so much. I'm behind on Attack on Titans. I can't remember if they already ended or not.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I did. I caught up with season 3 of Attack on Titan.
I thought you were gonna say season 4, girl. Only season 3.
Yeah.
My brother would look at you ashamed right now if he heard you.
No, because like I said, I just don't have time. Like, it's either I watch that or I sleep, and I choose sleep.
Yeah, no, get your sleep. So,
yeah.
I'm behind on that.
But yeah, we had spring break. So I was able to catch up with that and Abbott Elementary. But yeah, other than that, no, I have not been watching anything.
I've been watching the K-drama that's coming out on Netflix called Business Proposal. It's really good. I
Okay.
really love it. I miss those old type of like cheesy K dramas because some of the ones I've been watching now have been like a little bit more serious or like I'm just not into them.
Yeah.
But Business Proposal, I really enjoy it. So there's only like 4 episodes left. That's the first drama I've been like keeping up with and not like waiting to binge it because I'm also haven't just been in a mood to binge stuff. So
Yeah.
so I'm watching that. Since Macy's letting us use her Viki account, I've been catching up on Yumi Cell since I can get past the 2nd episode. That one's also adorable. We might need to do a review on that because, I'm really surprised Korea hasn't gotten to like the animation game because their like animation that I've seen so far is actually pretty good. I feel like they can turn a lot of the webtoons they make into K-dramas into like animations and they be just as successful. Yeah. I don't know. Someone might need to get into that.
It could be you.
Yeah, no, well, I'm not Korean, first of all.
Oh, wait, yeah. I mean, you can move there. Oh, no, we don't want to get into that.
Not right now.
That's a whole nother obstacle.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll save an episode for that. But, like, as I've just been getting more into it, there's just a lot of, maybe it's just me, but just like a lot of stories I hear, especially me being a black woman, so I'm a little like hesitant. And I know like recently I'm barely into the politics here, so their politics I know nothing about, but I know there's been a lot of, I won't say issues, but just things being discussed with their new president. So, and it's basically pretty bad for the women, and I'm sure LBGT community there. So, yeah. Topic for another day, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the previous one was really well liked and supported, right?
Again, I know nothing about their politics, so I don't know. Yeah. But I just know I've been hearing and seeing and reading stuff about this new election that just happened. So basically...
How long ago was this?
Fairly recent, like a couple weeks ago. Like he just got elected, so he's the elect president now. I don't know when he's going to move into office, but like I've just been hearing stuff how like his whole campaign was basically read on like anti-feminism, and so like and then the like
and he won.
Yeah, because there's been a lot of anti-feminist things happening there. I might link it at the bottom because I listened to this one K-pop podcast, the K-pop cast, and they were talking about G-Idol's like latest song that came out, Tomboy, but then they also got into a discussion about anti-feminism. I might send it to you as well, but it was really like educational for me. Like, so if you want to learn more about that, I'll put the link at the bottom because it was interesting. Because then, like, as they said, like, some of the people they're discussing that studies this, like, especially as a K-pop listener, like, you really have to separate K-pop with what things are going on with the country because they're not the same. And don't use your references, like, what you're watching, like, K-dramas and K-pop and think that's how the whole country is because it's not. That's not true at all. So...
Yeah, similar to like American movies and shows, completely different from the reality.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like there's American TV and movies, depending on what it is, some of them are really like there are a lot of like, shows that do try to reflect of what is happening here. So, and there might be some over there too that I just haven't seen yet because, I do watch most of the goofy K-dramas, so I don't know.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because I know that was one of the things with like Squid Game, like that was supposed to be like underlining the political issues that go on there, as well as, wow, why am I forgetting the movie that was like really popular a couple years ago? Nafis, help me.
Parasite?
Yes.
Parasite?
Why did I not remember that? I was about to say The Odyssey. Where the hell did I get The Odyssey from? What even is that?
That's Greek, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there a movie called The Odyssey?
I think so. Or it could be about space. I have no idea. There's so many things called Odyssey.
That's true. Anyway, but yes, Parasite. So, like, things like that. But again, as not being Korean, I wouldn't know that. So, that's why me and Macy, like, when we were talking about for Jisoo's show, like Jisoo from Blackpink, like why we wouldn't watch it, because I know there was a lot of discuss about that, about like how it was a lot of historical inaccuracy. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, no, it wasn't, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just things like that.
Gotcha. I never ended up finishing that show, by the way.
Which show?
It was just too sad. Snowdrop.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No. It's beautiful, though. It was, like, beautifully shot. Storyline was good. But, like, I don't know. I just didn't have time to sit there for an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's another thing, too. K-drama's just so long.
But overall, though, from what I've seen, it was a good show.
Okay.
Yeah, recently I've really been into, like, 20-minute episode type shows. Those are, like, what I can fit in. But everything else is just, like, on the back burner for now.
Yeah. Also, I'm rewatching this show that used to come on NBC, and they finally put the last season on Netflix called Good Girls. So I've been rewatching season 1 and 2. Yeah, have you heard a bit about those like 3 moms and then like basically like rob a grocery store and then like after they rob the grocery store, everything just basically goes downhill. So
yeah,
if you ever watch
that's
Parks
supposed to be comedy, right? That's comedy.
It's like a dramedy, basically.
Okay,
it's more dramatic than comedic, but like they make it funny. So
okay,
one of the women, I think her stage name is Rita, and you'd probably seen her from Parks and Recreation if you ever watched that. She's the black lady, but she was in Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
okay, cool.
The younger sister, I forgot her real name, but she plays Annie. But she's been in a lot of stuff, and you probably have heard her voice a lot, like voice acting when we were kids. She actually voiced Katara in Avatar. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's good. I like it.
Nice.
So I've just been rewatching that. And I think that's pretty much it. I guess I'll talk about the music with Macy, because I don't really talk about K-pop with you.
Yeah.
So I'll wait till she comes back. I have to get her opinions on... I know she likes Stray Kids, so like what she thinks of Maniac. And all that good stuff. I haven't
kept up with K-pop, so yeah.
I honestly really
Your conversation would be lost.
Keep up with it like I did when I first got into it. If there's something that seems interesting, I'll be like, oh, I'll check that out. But other than that...
Yeah. My kids are typically the ones to tell me, oh, this song came out, this came out, that came out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah.
Not like Brianna, who has a whole K-pop club.
Right. So. Easier to keep up with it then.
Yeah. Oh, we also just recently saw Eric Nam, so hopefully we'll do an episode about the concert. But that was fun.
Gotcha.
So
that's good.
Saw him in Orlando.
Nice.
But yeah.
He's still on tour, right?
I think he's going to Europe now. So he's done with the American tour. Yeah. Now he's heading off to Europe to do that part or that leg of the tour.
Nice. Because I remember he had to cancel part of his tour because of COVID. So it's good to see that he's going back out.
Yeah.
And doing his thing.
And it seems like he's gotten bigger since then. So I'm happy for him. So yeah. I hope he don't go back to the Beacham if he comes back to Orlando. He's getting too many people now to where the venue is just, I feel like it's not big enough. Like,
was it crowded?
Yes, because it's all standing. So,
okay.
Me and Macy ended up, even though we had VIP, like, see, it was weird. I'll talk about this more, hopefully, when we get, like, Brianna and Macy, because Brianna had her own story, because she was there before we got there, but, like, we got there around, maybe at the time doors open, because we had VIP, so, like, from when I last saw him, I had VIP, and it was organized better. Like, I got there a little bit late and like after they started letting people in, but I was able to get in before general admission. And this time there didn't really seem like to be organization. Once the doors open, they just let anybody in, not really seeing like, they would check if I had VIP because I had to get a wristband so they know like after the concert I stayed to get my picture taken with them. But other than that, as far as one of the perks was supposed to be getting, like early entrance, and that didn't happen. So
right, it
was weird. And
there were more people this time than last time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's another thing we can talk about. It's like how everything's opening back up and how like concerts and like concert venues have just not been as organized as pre-COVID. So,
yeah. That has been a trend for sure.
Definitely has been a trend.
People losing consciousness, being pushed around, all that crazy stuff.
Talking about our concerts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's always happened, sadly to say, but
I don't know. I feel like it's just being more brought to light now.
maybe because of like everyone's recording everything.
Yeah. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to say?
I did have this one topic I wrote down about dreams because I had a really weird dream the other night, and I don't know if I wanted to bring it up or not because it was kind of embarrassing.
I mean, it's up to you.
Maybe I'll save it for another day if I remember it. I don't remember my dreams much. Like, I remember them in the moment, and then after a couple hours, I kind of forget them.
That's actually typically how it works.
Dreams are weird, though.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm done. If I tell you the dream, it'll be off recording, but I don't feel like I think I want to share it because it was really embarrassing. So,
okay. All right. So on that note, do you want to end?
Yeah, why not? At least it's on the shorter side of most of our episodes. It's so long. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is our ramblings. Hopefully they weren't too depressing at the beginning, guys.
Yeah.
We try to keep away from that, but it's been a lot. We didn't have a topic. We're kind of waiting on Macy. And yeah, just us. Hasn't been us in a while.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I was looking for your name on Skype, and the last time we spoke, just me and you, was like October 21st of last year. Yeah.
Wow, it's been a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess you can just go ahead and end it.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and end it there. Thanks for listening to our thoughts and rambles and us being all over the place, guys. We'll be back to the regularly scheduled program someday. You know, yeah, someday. But you can listen to this episode and any other past episodes anywhere you listen to podcasts. Don't be afraid to follow us on social media. I was thinking pod. If you have any questions, if you just want to, share your thoughts and rambles, if you want to comment on anything we've complained about today, you can email us at iwasthinkingpod@gmail.com. Or hey, you could even post on social media, like in the comments and stuff. I know you guys are listening. And I know people are following us. We've been getting a lot of interactions lately. Don't be afraid. I promise. We're nice.
We won't bite.
We won't bite. But yeah, you do all those beautiful things. And I guess we'll see you next time. Yeah. We will see you next time.
All right.
Awkward ending. But thanks for listening, guys. We will be in better moods next time. Bye.
Bye.